Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly wake-up call session. As you all know, every week we welcome a courageous personality committed in the fight against the ills that are plaguing our world. And today I couldn't be happier and frankly more emotional to be speaking once again to my good friend, Iranian American activist, and as she likes to call herself, troublemaker, Masih Alinejad. Hello, Masih.
Thank you so much for having me. Now you see that there are millions of troublemakers who try to actually make trouble for their oppressors within the country, inside Iran.
Now, that exactly brings me to the question. I interviewed you several times, and when we last spoke, I think it was in June, the situation was very, very different. You had just been threatened to be kidnapped by the Islamic Republic. You were protected in a safe house, you probably are still. And at the same time, negotiations were going on with the regime for a nuclear deal. But little thought and little attention was given about the people of Iran.
That actually breaks my heart, because for years and years, as I have spoken with you and many journalists and activists outside Iran, that I warned everyone about the dangers of morality police, which I call it hijab police. But nobody paid attention to that. Their main focus in the West was to get a deal with those who now are killing people in the streets. That's the problem. I mean, why after Mahsa got killed, now everyone pay attention to hijab issue, to morality police, and to the rights of women? It's shocking, because when women were like warriors, like Sabah Kordakshari, Yasaman Aryani, many women using their camera, exposing the brutality of hijab police, they should have been recognized by the Western countries, especially by female politicians, but they have been ignored. Now, not only Mahsa, there are many other protesters getting killed in the streets, and now the whole world, okay, showing solidarity, but solidarity itself, it's not enough. I actually want all those female politicians who ignored us for years and years. They wore hijab in front of our murderers in their meeting with officials. I want them to make videos and make apology to all Iranian women who are now taking the risk and going to the streets and saying that we want an end, not to compulsory hijab, to the gender apartheid regime.
So actually, you know, there have been demonstrations before, and some people that I can see on social media, journalists, etc., say, well, you know, we've seen this before. We've seen demonstrations before in Iran, but at the end of the day, you know, the regime is just too strong. It will ultimately always prevail. What do you tell them?
You know what I tell them? When the West do not punish the murderers, then there is no point for the murderers like Ibrahim Raisi and Khamenei's government to stop killing people, to stop, you know, their brutal crackdown. Yes, Iranians are aware of the risk. In 2019, 1,500 people got killed. So now when people take to the street, they know that they might get killed as well. But they do it because they know that freedom is not free. They're ready to pay the price to end this regime. But at the same time, the only thing can help this regime to survive, it's the Western country, it's the democratic countries. By ignoring the voice of civil society, the voice of protesters in the street, and go after the regime and save them. That's the only thing. Otherwise, this protest is different. First, people are aware of the risk. Second, Iranians are burning the headscarf. This is not just a small piece of cloth. This is the first time that the Iranian people, women and men, shoulder to shoulder, they're burning one of the main pillars of a religious dictatorship. Basically, this is a revolution against Islamism, against Islamic ideology. They're trying to say that this is 21st century. We want religious to be separated from politics. They're trying to actually not only protect Iran from Islamic Republic, we are trying to protect the whole world from Islamism. We are trying to save the whole world from Islamic ideology. And I don't get it, that how come the Western government condemn it rightfully, but at the same time trying to give billions of dollars to the same murderers. This is contradiction, and I don't get this. This is the time that Iranian people made up their mind to end this murder regime. And we want to see that the Western country, the democratic country, get united and take action against this brutal regime.
Now, I don't know if you follow in conversations here, but in Europe and in France in particular, some have drawn a sort of a parallel between the situation of women in Iran and that of Muslim women in Europe, notably by speaking about the right to wear the veil and the burkini. Is this all the same?
How many people? I mean, how many people got killed in the West just because of wearing burkini? I mean, of course, I'm pro-choice. I want women to have choice what they want to wear, but by downplaying the level of brutality that you're being witnessing and comparing to burkini ban, it's just you betraying your sisters. But even worse than this, those Western female politicians who actually invited me to go to European Parliament to condemn burkini ban, those were the same who wore hijab in front of the Islamic Republic, and they still wearing hijab in front of Taliban. So this is hypocrisy. You're saying that we condemn burkini ban, we condemn Muslim ban, but when it comes to Islamic Republic, we don't care. We just wore hijab and we allow the Taliban and Islamic Republic tell us what to wear. You empowering our oppressors to kill Mahsa Amini, to kill Nikah Shakarami, to kill Hadith Najafi, to kill Ghazaleh, to kill many other teenagers right now in the streets. So for me, this is a historical moment. This is a true feminist revolution, which is happening in Iran right now. And it's not going to just stay in Iran. Many women from Afghanistan being inspired to take to the street to support their sisters. They're facing guns and bullets. They're facing Taliban. Many women in Lebanon took to the streets. Many women in the region, they showing their solidarity and saying, yes, this is a true feminist revolution. Where are all those Western female politicians like Catherine Ashton, like Federico Mogherini, the High Representative of EU, who wore hijab? Where are them? Where is Michelle Obama? Where is Kamala Harris? You cannot call yourself feminist, but keep silent, totally silent, about one of the most prominent feminist movement which is happening right now in Iran. I mean, it just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart to see that all those campaigners saying that bring our girls back in America, all those feminists who were saying my body, my choice, all those feminists and Democrats who condemn Muslim ban, but they keep silent when it comes to women ban. Yes, I call it women ban, because all women, all, doesn't matter they're Republican or Democrats, left or right, all women are banned from entering Iran and Afghanistan if they don't cover themselves. This is called a women ban. And if you are a true feminist, then you have to stand up for your dignity and show your solidarity. I call on Michelle Obama, I call on Kamala Harris, I call on Ségolène Royal, Catherine Ashton, Federico Mogherini, make a video. Be as brave as Iranian women. Cut your hair. If you don't want to burn your headscarf, doesn't matter. Cut your hair, show your solidarity with Iranians, especially those who wore hijab in front of our murderers. Make a video and just make an apology to Iranian brave women who are getting killed right now. Believe me, we're not fighting for ourselves. We, the women of Iran, we, the women of Afghanistan, we are fighting for the democracy. We are fighting for women in the West as well. We are fighting because we want to protect democracy and democratic countries from Islamism. We don't want you to come and save us, but we want you to stop saving our murderers by wearing hijab in front of them.
So unsurprisingly, I saw that Ayatollah Khamenei has already accused the demonstrations in Iran to be organized by the Zionists and by America. He has accused you personally. I also saw closer to home that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has tried to undermine you by calling you a US contractor. And yet you continue to speak out, to continue to speak to everybody, including to me. Are you not afraid that you somehow could be hurting the cause, but people could believe that
Look,
conspiracy theory?
First of all, I have to say that the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollahs, are repeating the talking point of Ilhan Omar. by calling me an agent of America. I'm not an agent of America. I'm not an agent of Israel, not an agent of CIA. I have agency, like millions of Iranian women. We have agency. And when Ilhan Omar or the Supreme Leader Khamenei says that I'm an agent of America in comparing compulsory hijab to the Berlin Wall, I have to say that Iranian women are brave enough to actually send a message to Ayatollah Ilhan Omar and many others who accuse this protest and put the blame on America. They take to the streets, they face guns and bullets, and they chant clearly that our enemy is the Islamic Republic, right here, the Islamic Republic. And they lie to us when they say that it's America. This is the main slogan that you can hear in the streets. There is no slogan against America. There is no slogan against Israel. There is no even a slogan like people saying that we want to get a deal. They said, we want to get rid of the Islamic Republic. And I am sure that Ilhan Omar and many other apologists outside Iran, they put the blame on me. They're well aware that I am a true feminist.
If President Macron is watching you today, and I'm sure he is, what are you telling them?
If President Biden, President Macron is watching me, is hearing me, I'm very clear. Instead of meeting with our murderers, recognize the brave voice of Iranian women and meet with them. Listen to them. The true change makers, the true leaders who are going to bring this religious dictatorship down are the women and men inside Iran. Talk to them and get the idea that how Iranians want you to actually recognize their voices, not going after the Islamic Republic and negotiate with them and bury human rights under nuclear deal. Believe me, I'm not asking President Biden or President Macron to save us. Brave Iranians are saving their country and saving the rest of the world from Islamic ideology. I want them actually to stop saving the Islamic Republic. Is that too much to ask? I want them to cut their ties with our murderers while Iranian people are getting killed in the street. I want President Macron, President Biden to understand that this is the time. This is the right time in the history to hear the voice of Iranian people and ask your allies to recall all the Western ambassadors from Iran. Kick out all the Islamic Republic officials from the Western countries. Because this, I mean, we don't call them president, they are the butchers. When you're allowing them to have embassies outside Iran, when you're giving them billions of dollars, you're actually empowering them to kill more Mahsa Amini, to kill more people inside Iran.
Thank you, Masih.
I love you guys. Bye.